rice bag, brainwashed. I was paid to convert. But some of the comments I got on quite some videos by non-Hindus. So let me clarify. None of this is true. Neither was I paid to become a Hindu, nor was I asked to be one. Everything was done by my own sweet will, firstly. And secondly, there is no such a concept of conversion in Hinduism, unlike Christianity and Islam. We don't convert, we just embrace. We embrace this way of life. And this is exactly what happened. And I was also asked to explain that this aha moment, this moment, this point in my life where I decided, oh yeah, this is the path I want to follow. So in detail, I explained this in one video that I uploaded maybe 7 months ago, but I will link that video down below in the description. But I will just say a few words about it. I was 15 and it was a New Year Eve. Me and about 7, 8, 9 friends were celebrating New Year. We were all this age, 15, 16, coming from the same school. Some of us went in the same class. So at one point in this evening, a friend came to me and said, Mila, you know, I am into India, into Hinduism, and he started explaining that he became vegetarian, that he is doing meditation, hatha yoga, and I swear to you, other than out of my geography class at school, I never ever talked or discussed India, let alone Hinduism and Hindu gods, with anyone else. So I was all ears. I was absorbing like a dry sponge. And inside me was this feeling of peace, of happiness, and also of excitement, like you know, let's say somebody comes to you and says, hey, look what I found in the garden, and then he shows you like very precious earring that you have lost it long ago, and you're like, oh my God, that's my earring, I lost it, but I totally forgot about that. So this feeling in me was like that, like somebody is telling me about some treasure that I have forgotten about it. You understand? And all this time while he was talking to me about India, we were standing by the window, and you know, winter, there is outside is cold, inside is warm, and the window is foggy. And with my finger I was drawing the map of India, and I was just like, India, India, India. Well, he was talking and I was just drawing the map of India, and just India, India. So this was when I was 15, and from age 15 to age 18, when I met the Hare Krishna devotees, the iskcon devotees, I was on my own. As soon as the holidays, the New Year holidays were over, I went to a nearby shop, I bought all the books that were about India. I remember I bought the Tagore, I bought Mahabharat came later. I bought Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, written by some American philosopher. Then I bought a lot of books on Buddhism. I started practicing on my own. I became vegetarian like this overnight. And I enrolled in Hatha Yoga class, and I practiced on my own for 3 years Hinduism. But I felt it deep inside that I'm lacking something. I'm lacking guidance by a bona fide spiritual master who will teach me. Because on your own, you can't do it. I couldn't do it really properly. I felt inside me, I can't really do properly without guidance. So what is very also an aha moment, which I shared only with 2-3 people in my whole life, and I would like really, like I think it would like to share with you today too, is that about 3-4 months before I met the Hare Krishna devotees, I had a dream that I was in India, and I had a dream of a particular temple, and this is the picture of that temple that came in my dream. So a few weeks later, it was during the week, I was still in high school, and I was about to go to sleep. Indeed, actually, I even went to sleep. And a few minutes later, my brother stormed into my room shouting, sis, wake up, there is something about India on the TV. And I ran to the living room and I saw there was a documentary about India given by a very famous, renowned journalist at that time from Croatia. His name was Drago Plečko. And he was saying that he went to India in the 80s and he filmed one temple, and he interviewed the Hare Krishna, young Hare Krishna devotees who were living in that temple. They were Americans, and that temple was iskcon temple, and that place was Vrindavan. But at that point I had no idea what was it about. But as soon as he showed the temple, I was struck with kind of disbelief. I was staring at the TV because the pictures of that temple were exactly the one I had in my dream before that. And I just started crying, goosebumps. I even get emotional now when I think of it. And my parents were like, what's going on? What is video? I said, this place I saw in my dream. This is it. It's just amazing how Krishna was guiding me. Sorry. So again I say, I was not paid to become a Hindu or later Hare Krishna, and I was never even asked. After that incident with the TV and with my dream, with the documentary on the TV, after a few months I met a Hare Krishna devotee in one shopping center. He was selling books and I bought one. It was called The Science of Self-Realization by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. I read it. A few months later I met another devotee on the street selling books. I bought perfect questions, perfect answers, and finally somebody answered all my questions in a perfect way to my full satisfaction about life after life, reincarnation, why was I born, why do I have to grow old, why do I get sick, why do I have to die, and all that questions were so perfectly answered. So that's my journey from being born in a Christian family to become a Hindu, to becoming a Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I hope I